possible 211. This one is going to be close as they head down the stretch. If she strikes out, she shoots 211. Wendy still has a possible 213. Up quickly. Nice shot for Cheryl Gianotti, who gets the first one.
She needs 2 more.
Had a 4-bagger from the 5th through the 8th. Had an opportunity to just close Wendy Macpherson out of the match, and she wasn't able to do so in the 9th frame.
But she did trust the ball, though. She did miss to the right.
Good point. Oh, Messenger 7-10. Bad break there for Cheryl Gianotti, who, if she spares, will shoot 200, which means that Wendy Macpherson needs a strike. And it'll be interesting, Jan Schmidt, because it'll have to come on the right-hand lane, a lane that she has struggled with the last 2 shots.
Right, she's been high both shots.
She knows that, right?
She knows it. She's going to make a move a little bit left with her feet.
All right. More room. Right hit and a strike. She escapes. Oh, by the slimmest of margins. Almost gave away that match.
Almost. She still needs some pin count here, too. Nine on this first ball would lock it up.
More room. That better hook. Ooh. A spare and she wins. If she gets 1, we go to sudden death.
And if she gets neither one.
That won't happen.
We did see her hook by an 8-pin.
You're right. Up quickly. And a very close, tough match between 2 very good friends on the national tour. Cheryl Gianotti saying, I let one get away, and Wendy Macpherson saying to herself, boy, I
strike for Jan Schmidt.
And I think this lady right here can relax, because Pat Costello can shoot no higher than 175. Jan Schmidt right there needs 2 pins
to tie.
2 pins and 2 balls to tie. 3 pins.
Gee, do you think she'll do it?
I think she'll do it.
Look at this man smiling.
You bet. He says more money to spend in Cancun.
She's been bowling since age 9, and this will be her first title.
And what a title it is, the Queen's event.
Her 7th year as a pro, and Jan Schmidt gets her first title.
She got the ball way out to the 6th board on lane 34 when it didn't make it back.
Well, Nikki G was robbed in the 8th. She can still shoot 235. Solid strike, and she has to only wonder what might have happened if she would have carried in the 8th.
Well, in Nikki's career, you have to wonder how many second place finishes can you go? Can she not just breeze into a title? If she carries that 8-pin.
She could have shot 256 if she goes off the sheet and carries the 8. She could have shut LeAnn right out of this match. Meanwhile, after the solid 8 in the 8th, best she can shoot is 235, and LeAnn can shoot 248. It's amazing.
Beautiful shot there.
One after another.
Nikki is definitely lined up. If there were any more players to go through the field, this lady would do it.
She's a real hard luck case. Must have broken a couple of mirrors along the way, huh?
Well, last year she fouled in the final ball to lose
in Baltimore to Aleta Sill.
To lose the title, I should say.
Has one more re-rack available, and she chats with Fran Wolf, the national tournament director, and opts to go with the re-rack. Hate to say this, but the last time she did that, she left a solid 8.
Really? Maybe she should have left the pin off spot if that was the case. Could we?
Those look pretty good.
What do you think?
I like it.
I'd shoot at it. But we have a better angle.
Sure. Key strike here, though. This puts Leanne in pressure on Leanne in the 10th. Rolls up, another flush strike. Well, should Leanne Barrette win this, you're going to look at the score tomorrow in the paper and say, well, she shot 240 and she won. But boy, oh boy, if you had a chance to watch it, the player who has done nothing but just drill the pocket is Nikki Gianulias.
Yes, if Leanne gets up and strikes out, you must say that this was a gift from above. As you can see there, she needs a strike to force Barrette to strike.
Beautiful performance for Nikki Gianulias, who shot 257 in the semifinal game, and then comes back with 235. Leanne Barrette needs a strike and 8 and a spare to win her 9th title. I think of the two lanes, 34 is the better one for Leanne. Oh, good shot. Oh, my. Just absolutely picture perfect. A professional shot for Leanne Barrette. Whew.
Beautiful shot. Probably the best shot that she threw the whole game, Denny. And Nikki is kind of in disbelief. Leanne throwing 3 Brooklyns earlier in the game. Nikki with a solid 8-pin.
Boy, this is truly marvelous match here. Some tremendous pressure bowling down the stretch.
Needs at least 8 pins and a spare to win the match.
Gotta trust it, and she does. An X. And Leanne Barrette, who needed to count 20, and she needed a strike in the 10th, comes up with a key double. Just one of the indications why many people, many of the experts, the bowling writers across the country, have tabbed this player as the next superstar on the Ladies Pro Bowlers Tour. Boy, marvelous, marvelous bowling. Her 2nd title of the year. She collects the 9,000 for 1st, and she earned it here this evening.
Leanne last week needed a strike to move on in a match, and she ended up with a 10-pin.
Well, the fans applaud. They saw themselves a heck of a title match here in Hammond, Indiana. Leanne Barrette winning 247 to 235.
Well, it's actually all in Dana's hands. She could get up, close out the match, take the title, shoot 229. She's holding it all in her own hands.
Strike in the 8th. Let's see what she does here.
Ooh. See, she could have stepped up the 9th and 10th frame and just taken everything away, but not yet. Needs to spare here.
I'd like to see a blood pressure cuff on both these ladies right about now. Boom, 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 boom.
Well, she cannot shut out Dede Davidson at this point now. She can only shoot 209. Dede Davidson can shoot a possible 213. So Dede Davidson has definitely bounced back after not ever having the lead in this match. She has trailed since the very first frame. All right, 10th frame. Dana Miller-Mackie strikes out for 209. Forces Dede Davidson to get 2 strikes in the 10th. And 6 pins.
Let's see if she can strike out. And no one in this match has really put anything together. We've seen a 2-strike string, and that's about it.
Mm-hmm. And pin count also. Now, down as the ball coming up extremely light, she leaves 4 pins on the right side. Really needs to convert this spare right here, or she's basically going to hand this title over to Dede. them all.
Got him.
Pin count, very critical. A strike here, she shoots 195. Dede Davidson is going to have to get the first strike in the 10th frame. If Dana can throw a 9 or better right now.
Yep. Oh, 9. So it's 194 for Dana Miller-Mackie.
Okay, it comes down to this. We've seen 3 matches. This is for the U.S. Open crown. She's used her 2. She's consulting with Tom Schmidt.
And they're looking at it.
He allows the re-rack. She's taking it. She must strike.
And she's coming off of 2 strikes.
She has 1 major title, the 1991 WIBC Queens. This would be the second leg of that Triple Crown.
What a comeback this would be if Dede can pull this off. 2 open frames to start this match. A collection of strikes and spares throughout.
This comes down to a $9,000 ball right here.
Isn't that the truth?
Must have it.
Happens. Gotta have it, gotta have it. And gets it! A delayed drop by the 10. And a much-needed strike. Whoa.
I like the reaction by Dede. Watch this. She really revs it up. Hits the head pin. Beautiful shot. 5-pin just swishes into the 10. Knocks it
Snapped over
She's
there.
talking to it. Come on, come on.
Come on, come on, come on.
And it's a double jump.
Yes.
Well, she had to have that. Now it's up to pin count. She only needs 1 pin.
That's hard to do. And strikes it.
And after leading this field by almost 300 pins, the top seed, were they jinxed? I guess not. As Dede Davidson becomes the 3rd top seed in the 13 years to win the U.S. Open.
Kissing the ball.
I'd be kissing the ball, too.
It gets it. Congratulations, Dede Davidson. The 2 lefties battle it. Davidson prevails, winning the 1993 U.S. Open. We'll be back with a recap.
A mark in 6 to win the Open.
She's going to go for the pocket.
Oh, you have to wonder how much fate has played a part in this one. Tish Johnson had a number of breaks, and that was a huge one there. That ball could have split very easily.
She did try to get it to the pocket. She let that ball out a little further, but wound up on the nose. Huge break. And I think that's her good luck charm. Lindsay at home staying up watching her, she said would bring her luck tonight.
Well, the hard part is done. Tish Johnson knows exactly what she needs. Already trying to fight back the emotion. Still needs to stay behind the line and knock down 6 pins.
6 pins. Trying to hit the head pin, basically.
Just get it off your hand, and she does. 8's more than enough. And Tish Johnson celebrates with a hug from her good friend Aleta Sill. But Tish Johnson becomes the 1992 BPAA United States Open champion. A hug from Mom and Dad as now they've got a U.S. Open champion in the household. The final score 216 to 213. And Tish Johnson's overcome with emotion.
And there's her last shot. She's just trying to get it to the head pin, and as she did on the last shot, went very high on the nose, knocks him out. And
Tish Johnson said this was her tournament when you talked to her earlier today. And you know what? She was right. We'll be back with more after this.
And Rick Murdoch of El Dorado, one of the sponsors of this event.
The hotels here, the Circus, El Dorado, and Silver Legacy, they treat us great all week. What great restaurants. And the staffs are just are phenomenal.
Well, now by virtue of this, Shannon Pluhowsky trailing by 15, but she has a strike up in the 8th, and she can step up and shut out Liz Johnson in the 10th frame. She'll need 2 strikes and 6 pins.
Great shot by Shannon. She's able to get that on this lane, just get it a little bit left, but still keep the ball on line. Threw it great. That was a great shot.
Okay, 2 strikes and 6 pins, and Shannon Pluhowsky will have a Queen's title.
Going a lot more direct on that lane. Great shot.
A big shot. She struck in the 8th on that lane as well.
She said she was going to move left. It looked like she moved a little left and went a little more direct on that left lane.
Well, this lady, not Liz, speaking of Shannon, has anchored that Nebraska team for 4 years, and she came through in the clutch time after time after time. But she's on her own right now. She's not doing it for a team.
No, she's also anchored Team USA.
Yes, she
in
has.
International competition. She's been here before, but yes, you're all alone out there.
What a shot!
Great shot by Shannon. Goes right up the lane. She made an adjustment. It was the right adjustment, and she threw it great.
She needs 6 pins.
And she got 8. That was plenty.
8 pins. Great finish.
Cindy Coburn-Carroll needs a mark to win. If she would get 9 out, we would have ourselves a tie. This is for the title. And she shakes them loose. So a 4-year despot without a victory for Cindy Coburn-Carroll is now over as she wins here at Hoffman Estates. Yeah, I think you sense that Cheryl has bowled a very solid game here. Made a couple of mistakes, but other than that, she's thrown a lot of classy shots. But she's bowling against a tough competitor in Aleta Sill. She may not be at her best right now, but she's tough.
Oh, my.
Pins just explode in the 10th, and for Cheryl Daniels now, if she throws 2 more strikes, she shoots 193, and that's what she needs to do.
Just a powerful shot here. Watch this 5-pin just blow into the 7-pin.
Another strike here and changes the whole complexion for Aleta Sill in the 10th.
Looking for it again. A little Wally, a little lighter hit that time, but she got it.
Well, I think she'll look back on this one, regardless if she wins or loses, Leanne, and say, listen, I gave it my best effort. I struck in the 10th when I had to apply the pressure.
And the thing is, Denny, she's now doing it on lane 11. In the last 3 games, she has finished on the other lane.
Clutch performance for Cheryl Daniels. Now the burning question, will it be enough?
Cheryl Daniels wrapping up with a 193.
Now the scenario for Aleta Sill, she must strike in this situation.
Big shot here for Aleta.
possibility of a 196.
Pin count very important here. She needs 8 or more to force Kim Adler to strike in the 10th frame.
Kim, and I don't know if you want to watch Kim. She won't show much.
Good shot.
Up in the left-hand corner. Oh, a nice game. Lynda Barnes, top seed, and she'll have to wait now to see what Kim Adler does here in the 10th frame, but 195 for Barnes. We still have the men's side of it to come.
Kim Adler has to strike. Must strike.
Boy, what's it like when you need a strike? What's it like when you're sitting there?
Ooh. You know, I'd rather be the one needing the strike. Yeah, Lynda has no control right now.
Needs a strike.
Wow, for the U.S. Open title, what a shot out of Kim Adler.
Right down to the final frames.
Look at the class out of Lynda Barnes. You saw her applaud.
Yeah, Lynda just bowled a gutsy performance from Lynda Barnes, and Kim Adler again came through in both games. Strung 7 in the first game and beat Cara Honeychurch, and now in the title match, strike in the 10th. She's looking over. You want to make sure that score's right.
She wants to know what she needs because she's playing so close to the channel. If she only needs a couple pins, which she needs 7 on her first ball. I'm getting this from Del Ballard, our statistician here. She wants to know what she needs. If she needs a good count, she's going to play her strike shot. If she only needed 2 or 3 pins, she'd throw it down the middle of the lane, not risk the channel.
It's over. 2 clutch shots in the 10th frame. Kim Adler wins bowling's U.S. Open. A hug from runner-up Lynda Barnes, but she is victorious today. Kim Adler, and I think maybe going into this finals, she may have been the favorite, but we'll be back, and we'll talk to Kim, the champion, in just a couple of minutes. But Kim Adler, the winner of the U.S. Open.
For 223, Jennifer Swanson could strike out for 223 also.
Here's another player, has her own fate in her own hands right here.
Will it hit it? No 10 pin.
Excellent shot, though. She took her time. She made sure that she got the ball down the lane, which is what Wendy needs to do right now. She cannot cut it short. She cannot hit up on it too much because it's going to hook.
Well, she told us it would mean the world to her to win this for Jim, but she was afraid she was going to want it too much and not be able to perform, but she's performing well. For those of you that have been following Aleta Sill's trek to the $1 million, she did make a check this week. She will now need $1,108. We have 1 stop left this swing. That's the Hammer Players Championship next week in Rockford. She'll need to place 25th or higher next week in order to break the $1 million.
And I have no doubt that Aleta will do it.
Wendy Macpherson now trailing by 11. Really needs to strike out here. That looked like a 9-pin we saw last match. Nice shot by Wendy. Tough break.
Well, and Jennifer right now knows the score. She knows what she's got to step up and do for her first title and only her second show.
Wendy takes care of the spare. With a strike here, she can shoot 201, which Jennifer would need to get actually a mark, or there could be a tie.
Wendy kind of smiling right now, but you know what? She knows that that first shot in the 10th, boy, what a great shot, especially when you're under pressure. She stayed down. She got through the ball. Good result. And look at the fill ball. Of course, they always fall in the fill ball.
Well, Jennifer Swanson is up, and she can win her first title right here. She needs a mark. 9 out would be a tie if she'd get 9 and miss the spare. Needs a mark here to win. Didn't carry. She wanted the strike.
Yes, she did. It was a great shot, too.
How do you think she's feeling right now?
Probably a little more nervous than I am. I'm nervous back here watching.
I don't know if we should maybe get a shot of her knees. They might be knocking right about now.
Well, I know how I feel when I need a spare or a strike. Sometimes it's easier to just need a strike.
It is. I believe it is.
There it is.
No problem. There's Grandma looking on. Phyllis says, Jennifer, you did it.
Take a look at the score, too, Jennifer, just to make sure.
She really needs nothing at this point. Has 202 without throwing a ball.
There it is, first professional title. And, I'm going to venture to get it. You're going to see more by this girl. A very strong game.
Well, Jennifer's
adrenaline start flowing.
Oh, must-strike situation for Carol Norman. Stay in this match. She can shoot a possible 220 with the next
3 strikes. She would force Lisa Wagner
to double.
Lisa
would have to double.
And there's a look at the scoreboard. What we are looking at, now you can see as well. Carol Norman taking a breath. Last title was in October of 1992 for this lady.
You heard her yell, set.
Well, she's into this. She's worked hard. As you mentioned, she took that time off, and boy, she wants it to pay off right here.
She's worked very hard. You quit something, and she just said, but I wasn't ready to quit. But I didn't think I could do it the way I was. So now she said she even, has a goal of Bowler of the Year, which she didn't feel she had before. So she's testing herself right now.
Nicknamed Stormin' Norman. Needs this one to force Lisa Wagner to double.
Oh, yes, and she is performing under the pressure.
Boy, were those some sweet shots.
6 national titles, trying to make it number 7. This is what she wanted to do, though. Post the score, make her opponent answer.
That's right, and no matter what happens here, she has this to draw on from now on. She can always remember this and know she can do it when she needs it.
And that is power.
Through the last 4 strikes in a row, finishes out with 220.
Lisa Wagner must have 2 strikes and 3 pins.
The last time she's been up here, she did drop it in the gutter. However, she did spare, which would have been a strike shot had she not had the channel ball, but she hit the nose last time up.
Well, you don't get 28 titles by not striking when you need to.
Wipes her brow, 1 down, 1 to go.
Did you see her take the deep breath coming off the approach? She's trying to calm herself down. She's been really working hard on breathing.
What a great match.
good shot.
Oh, the 6-pin slaps the 10. The last minute.
Now I gotta believe this ball is going up the middle at the head pin. She needs 3 pins. She has already put one in the channel here.
She just looked over the scoreboard and said, I'm in trouble. I think you're right, Jan. She's playing the first, second board.
Frozen rope.
You know she's going up the middle. Needs 3 pins. Carol Norman shaking her head.
Up the middle.
Yeah. That's enough. And there's your champion. Lisa Wagner makes it number 29. And we'll be back to talk with her. Stay with us.